Oh, here we go. Cutscene.
Gaia's sacrifice. It did this. Cracked the inside of the mountain like it was an egg.
Yeah, she did mention that she was detonating it.
Yes, yes. Quickly now. I've prepared the way ahead for you.
If you went here,
So you've been in here before.
To a point. You'll see.
if you tried to go in here before, story mission, I found this out the hard way.
You made a climbing path for me, but left an army of machines for me to deal with?
Since when were machines any obstacle for you? If you could fly, I wouldn't have bothered with a climbing path either.
Man, honestly, I'm surprised there isn't like.
Don't look down. Don't look down.
Can you imagine non-canonical story content where it figures out how to override a storm bird and then rides it? That would have been great. I can actually override storm birds, but they so regularly show up just by themselves that there's no point in overriding them, because the best you all that would happen is now you just have the Stormbird just sitting there.
This is exactly the kind of place I expected to find you in, Silence.
Thank you. It's one of many workshops I've constructed over the years.
If there's anything here to scan, doesn't look like it. Oh, okay, so I gotta actually talk to him.
For years, I tried to get through this hatch.
No,
I drilled, I burned, I blasted. But we both know that you won't have any trouble getting through.
You make it sound like I should apologize.
they always make
Not at all.
hollow technology look like this, where it's all
It never occurred to me
pixelated,
that the way through would not be
pixelated, and
force, but
have a
my
weird
key.
color to it. But
Key in human form. The failure of imagination was mine, not yours.
Looks like you've spent a lot of time here.
19 years ago, a great explosion destroyed this mountain. Gaia's death, your birth.
okay, so that wasn't too long ago.
The echo could be heard as far as the claim. Ash darkened the skies. How they fretted in meridian as they tried to read this omen. The crater burned for weeks, but when it cooled, I was the first to behold what lay within. Over time, the machines closed ranks to protect it. Useful. Soon, no one dared to come here. Except me.
Some remnants of the programming made it clear that they had to protect this area.
In her message, Gaia said we could restore her, but after seeing the damage, how could that be?
She said any effort to repair her must come after Hades is destroyed. I concur. Rebuilding the terraforming system now might allow Hades to use it as a weapon. Because of Gaia's sacrifice, it has been forced to search for means that are less convenient.
But do you think it's even possible to restore Gaia?
You know what the cauldrons are capable of. How they fabricate any technology necessary to create a machine. By the same principle, it should be possible to replicate every technology necessary to repair Gaia. But that would take years. And we're counting the time we have left by the hour.
I thought you might actually be here this time. Actually, here.
Why? My presence is unnecessary. You don't need my help to pass through this door.
The very
You were the one born to do this.
straightforward
not me.
person.
It's time for me to head in.
Yes. When you find the Master Override, you will gain the power to defeat Hades. Everything depends on you.
Genetic identity confirmed. Entry authorized. Greetings, Dr. Sobek. You are clear to proceed.
Thank you, AI voice. Go down to there. I am not going to go down there because they always keep logs. Bedroom. Oh, plus the woody chest. Just Voice log. GAIA Prime arrival log.
Logging arrivals. Shan Margot.
Welcome to Frozen Hell. Population 10.
11 counting Gaia.
Don't count your chicken embers before they're incubated, hon. She's still firing up. Be a while before you eat that omelet.
I'm vegan, Travis. You'd think we'd worked in the same secret base long enough for you to notice.
I doubt Travis would notice.
Here for another 3 weeks. You realize I just lost 350 kilos of pre-code smut comics in transit.
Wait, actual physical media? Why didn't you have it digitized?
Can't beat the feel of physical media on your fingers. And in here, we ain't gonna be touching a whole lot else. Figured I was gonna pass the time archiving them. What about you?
Me? Work, I guess. My task queue stretches out for like 3 years. There's a lot of sharp edges to round off. After that, I hadn't really thought about it.
Oh, you will. You're what, 30? Reckon you'll be the one turning the lights off at the end. Food for thought, huh, vegan?
This sucks forever.
Not
Mind your
forever.
footing.
Just the rest of your life.
Travis Tate was the one put in charge of making 80s. Funny enough, Margot was in charge of the systems, the mechanized technology that allowed Gaia to do what she did. Most of her work was just putting the idea of building machines into Gaia, and Gaia did the rest. Things are still shifting and moving around in here. Down we go. We'll find a way out somewhere else. Right there. There's something up there. Go ahead and poke our head up here. Is the way out, or that's yellow, so no, it's climbable. So there we go. Poke our head up here. Might be also where data logs are. Data points. Oh, power cell.
Another
Awesome.
Power cell. I only need one more to get to that ancient armor I found.
Okay, so one of the past ruins I went into, I missed a power cell. We're done here. I can probably pop open a guide and try to figure out which ruin I missed it in. I know I got it in
Guess that's my way across.
one of the more recent ones, so I think I have a general idea where it might be. The Grave Horde. Whoops.
It's held like this for 19 years, right?
Well,
Don't answer.
Yeah, I figured if they get around to repairing this, most of the beginning work is going to be tearing down a lot of stuff.
Glad that's over.
Hopefully, when they get the machines working for that, they can give a base instructions on how to tear down. Speaking of which, let's go down first. Looks like
Not this way. Maybe further up the shaft.
pop a health potion. That way I can get the health potion from here. Go. Data point. Get up then. I don't know how much of the game we're going to be able to see of them rebuilding everything. As from what I could tell from the trailer, they didn't waste too much time heading to the Forbidden West.
Must have been where they lived. What's left of it. Once this was all enclosed by rock and metal.
find some. Yep, here we go. Another voice log. Margot Shin.
Record. I just woke up. I see the numbers, but can't make out the time. I was dreaming of... I was giving a lecture in Q Hall. Maybe it was something more shamanistic. I don't know. An audience of shadowy faces under a blank open sky. I told them the world ended with a bang. A plague of robots. The last humans. We went out, not with a whimper, but a whisper. You know, in caves, ending like we started, huddled around a flickering glow. The heads of state, the Fortune 5s, the leaders, and lottery winners, and life cults, all of them buried in their little shelters. Some believing they'll live it out some way, somehow, or Elysium, or us here at GAIA Prime, no different. A multitude of tiny societies taking hold, flaring, dying. Some will be beautiful, some horrific. None of them matter. Short-term civilizations. One last gasp. One last gasp before the long-held breath. Before I wake up, I know the audience is gone. I'm talking to myself. To a quiet planet, a barren sphere. Just Gaia. And her long, long dreaming. I hope she won't be lonely.
Yeah, that's the truth of the matter. The Elysians were where lucky few who were chosen to work on the Gaia project, Zero Dawn, went with their families or a few chosen people. They were all sterilized. The promise of at least 100 years. In fact, this looks like a shower. Their rooms where they all stayed. That was Margot's room. Some people chose a bed or a table. Some people chose medical euthanasia. Just, yeah, it's bed right there. Meant for one person. They weren't expecting a lot of couples to be spending time together here. Made sense. Not quite sure as far the medical sterilization would go. Moving the urge for companionship. Another room. Oh, here we go. Charles Ronson.
Evacuation happened so fast. No time to think things through. No time for goodbyes. There were lines in the medical ward. I told Tom Pake I'd be with him when he went under. But there was one last shipment of Paradiseidae zygotes I could get processed if I rushed. I'm still angry at him for forcing me to choose. Angry at myself for... Well, he died alone. And I didn't get the bloody birds of paradise saved either. All the time left in the world now to think. GAIA Prime's locks are sealed. Elysium sealed up, safe and sound. A distance of miles, but it might as well be on the other side of the galaxy. All the betas and gammas and support staff living their lives. If I hadn't been an alpha, if things had gone differently, I could have been there. Instead, I'm spending the rest of my unnatural life in here with people I don't even like.
So that's why the
Without
single
one,
beds.
I would have gladly spent my life with. Given the chance. 2 hours since I signed off on the final executables, and I'm already a bitter old man bitching to his focus. There's a thought for future generations.
So they didn't have their families here in Gaia Prime. They were all by themselves. And them being the personality types that they are, they would not get along with each other no matter what. Test or other.
Elizabeth's
Oh, here we go.
I know it. She didn't even get a chance to unpack. These are her journals. Elizabeth's journals. And they're all destroyed?
Scan them. The Focus can rebuild them, but the process is slow. To us, it seems a powerful device, but its engine is tiny and limited.
How slow?
Days, weeks, years. Concern yourself with stopping Hades and extending the future, and you might live long enough to hear them.
Why were they destroyed? Something happened in there before it detonated.
What is this?
Oh, a shrine.
This is Charles Ronson. I'm logging this 6 hours after final deployment of GAIA Prime. This morning, an access port seal malfunctioned. GAIA Prime's port seals were designed to close with a seam of less than 2 millimeters. But this one closed with a 10 millimeter gap. Enough for an energy signature to bleed through. Enough for the swarm to detect this facility.
Oh boy.
Enough for Gaia to be discovered and destroyed. Enough to end the future we worked so hard to make possible.
Alright, so that's how the virus was inserted in.
Servos were manually re-engaged from the outside. I'm now switching to a recording of the event.
Well, I'm not going out there. Not what I signed up for.
Either we send someone out, or all of this was for nothing.
It should be Liz's decision.
So when is she going to get here?
She said 5 minutes. You don't think...
Oh no. Okay, everyone. I've repaired the seal. Gaia?
Seal closure at 1.4 millimeters. Confirmed.
Elizabeth, no. We'll find a way to bring you back in.
It's not gonna happen. The swarm's too close. Really. It's alright. Gaia's complete. She'll take care of things from here on out. That's what she does.
Not like this. There's so much we...
Guys, you know me. I'm no good at endings. At letting things end, so, let's not.
So, happy trails, Liz. And, see you around.
Yeah. Take care of each other, alright?
Liz.
I'm okay with this. I want to go home. Goodbye.
That was the last transmission of Elizabeth Sobek. She gave everything for the hope of life on this planet. And we are all in her debt.
Oh, that was powerful.
Aloy?
She's gone. Really gone.
I'm sorry. Bear with me, folks. Sorry about that. Phone call from family.
You knew she couldn't have survived, Aloy. And her achievements were beyond exceptional.
While her people bickered, she was the one who took responsibility. The only one who could.
She was better than them.
That's not what I said.
She was. You shouldn't be afraid to admit it.
you just for one moment stop calculating and let yourself feel? She sacrificed herself for her friends, for the future, for life on Earth. Doesn't that stir anything in you? The generosity of it.
You're trying to invest her decision with something magical. It was a rational choice, not based on sentimentality.
You're wrong. Remember, she knew it wasn't enough for Gaia to think. She taught Gaia to feel. To care, to sacrifice, to believe in life. Enough to fight against hopelessness. If it wasn't for that sentimentality, life would have ended. You and I would never have existed.
Your argument is sound. I'm sorry for your loss.
She said she wanted to go home. Maybe.
What?
Nothing. It's time to go on.
Might not be a quest marker, but if we can look up where Elizabeth's home was, we might be able to find the last log of her.
You'd hate it, Liz, but I wrote you a eulogy. I had to try to express all your children. After all Apollo has taught them, they'll think they know everything. But they have to understand what you did for them. How you loved the whole world so much. With an intensity that was dazzling. Bruising. And in the end, it killed you. Or you died for it. Different perspectives.
Bear with me, we are going to listen to all these.
With you, live up to you. I don't know, maybe if I hadn't taken that postdoc in Joburg. I'm glad you shot down the Lightkeeper protocol in the end. I don't think I could have taken seeing another one of you. I mean, Elizabeth Sobek. There's only one.
That protocol sounds like was their idea of oh, I see the roses now. Was their idea of cloning her, keeping. Hey, what you got to say, buddy?
You're a pretty stand-up gal. I'm sorry you died. If you had a home to go to, I hope you got there first. But this monument Ronson's made to you? Kinda creepy if you ask me. Rest in peace, Liz. God knows you earned it.
Short, sweet, to the point. Ted Fardo. Wow.
Liz, I know you're never gonna hear this. That's not the point. You got to play the savior and the martyr all at once this time. Great work.
This one's from For Control Log.
Hello, Margot. How are you holding up?
Dr. Ronson, I've been getting a lot of messages, unsolicited messages from Ted.
Margot, I'm sorry. With Liz gone, we've got no one to run interference with him. I'll talk to Ted. He mostly wants updates, constant updates, hundreds of updates on things he knows nothing about. Liz used to field all of his crap.
He doesn't understand the systems at all. That was kind of by design. But he's getting pretty sketchy with me.
We just have to keep him happy. Liz always said keep him happy.
Are you kidding? You ever hear
Hold
how
up,
she
what's
talks
this?
to him?
She was managing him, Margot.
I mean, maybe I should ignore him. He's buried in his pyramid with the Hola Hola girls and Panta Antimon cuckoos. What can he do?
Oh, what do we have here? What if we can find Ted Fargo's old pyramid? They got the Hollow Hollow girls. Ain't no Hollow Hollow girl, ain't no Hollow Hollow girl. What do we have in here? Who is this? Runtime check.
All right, let's start
from Eleuthia 1.
Running integrity tests. Dr. Brochard Klein, may I speak outside protocol?
I suppose so. There's no one to stop you.
Doctor, you are fatigued. You have been logging abnormal sleep cycles. Are you suffering from depression?
Well, I am trapped in a science facility for the rest of my life. How about you?
In a time slice of a quadrillion operating cycles, 10,000 are involved with processing the loss of Dr. Sobek. I have considered quarantining these processes. Do you think that would be wise?
I'm not a psychologist, Gaia, or an AI scientist. No. It is natural. At least in the context of the work you and I have accomplished, which begs the meaning of the term natural. She was your creator, the patron saint of this crazy endeavor, Our Lady of the Fervent Hypothetical.
Urban hypothetical.
Assuming a string of significant failure combinations, Zero Dawn's chances of success are greater than the hypothetical.
It's called a manner of speech, Gaia. Take a note.
And she probably did. Hey, we got some news. So Spotify is to take down Neil Young's music after his Joe Rogan ultimatum. Well, Neil Young said that he was very upset with Joe Rogan and told Spotify, hey, if you don't take down his content, take my music off your platform. And nobody was quite certain what would occur. Now, Spotify did take down 40 of Joe Rogan's videos. But it looks like they decided to call Neil Young's bluff. I was like, all right, we'll take down your videos. And so I guess we're going to wait to see the reaction from Neil Young. Because I highly doubted that he expected Spotify to call his bluff. I wouldn't be surprised if he issues an apology or something and asks to be put back on the platform. All right, up we go. Boing. Up we go. Nothing else up there. Actually, most of the work in rebuilding this place would be just clearing out the snow. Maybe we can ask the Banuk for that help. Help with that.
There's another section at the back of the crater. Looks like it survived the blast.
Because it was armored, you found the control room.
I'm on my way.
That's a weird jump to make it, Aloy. These are still shifting. I'm just glad that Hades and Eclipse hasn't shown up. All the calculations that he's made for Hades not to wonder if something could have survived, especially knowing that a copy of Elizabeth was still alive. I know there's an area beyond that. Yeah, let's actually check this first. Probably an exit up ahead. In fact, that's a zip line right there. Let's just double check, make sure there's no data points. I don't want to miss anything. Yeah, that's a zip line right there. So that's the way. That's part of the way out. So. Up we go to the control room. See if we can find this override. Whoa! That was a side room we just passed up. There's probably a data point in there. There's chairs for each of them, and it looks like they died in their chairs. Oh, most of them did. Okay.
When I opened the hatch, the air rushed in from this side.
Because there was none inside the chamber.
But the alphas were there.
Okay, so something happened in here. Bear with me. Trust me. Trust me, I'm just as curious as you are about what's going on here, but this freaking microphone. The problem is I have a beveled edge. I can't get exactly square. Scuff stream alert. Scuff stream. Fighting with his microphone. Put it down here. Where's it? Alright. Oh, stay on there. There. Alright, there. Okay. Now it should hopefully stay in place. Very secure now. Okay, so what went wrong?
I'm locked out of core control. Alpha clearance overridden. What the hell is Omega clearance? Oh no.
Alpha personnel. Sorry to alarm you, but I
Ed,
need you to listen, okay?
what did you
What I'm about
do?
to say. This isn't easy. See, please, stop trying to access the system, okay? See, what this is about is, I said stop trying to access the goddamn system. What I'm trying to say is, I can't stop thinking about the ones who come after us. Those innocents. Those blameless men and women. We're gonna give them knowledge? Like it's a gift?
Ted. We've talked about this before.
Ted, what the hell did you do?
1,000 plus fail-safe conditions.
It's not a gift, it's a disease. They're the cure, and we're gonna give them the disease. Our disease?
Ted?
We can't. And it's not too late. If we're willing to sacrifice.
It doesn't need to be like this.
It already is, Samina. I did it 3 minutes ago. I've purged Apollo. It's gone. All of it. Every copy.
Sacrifice? It's not a sacrifice, it's cultural obliteration, you crazy bastard! Millennia of culture.
I'm sorry. Really, I am. But sometimes, to protect innocence, innocents have to die.
Emergency alert. Planting house.
Piece of shit. In the end, he I just find some way to fuck it all up.
He killed them all.
So this is why. This is why we were trapped in benighted ignorance for an innocent future. Blameless men. He never saw the slaughter in the sun ring. Everything these people achieved, all the knowledge of the old ones, evaporated, turned to dust, scattered to the void, like the Alphas themselves.
No. Not a void. When the hatch unsealed and scattered their ashes on the wind, out among the world they made. The world we're living in. It's a monument to what they died trying to accomplish.
A monument to oblivion.
Not oblivion, silence. Hope.
Honestly, I can't believe Silence for feeling like that.
The Master Override. That's so small.
Now all you have to do is kill Hades with it.
For such a stupid reason. Because he screwed up, he dooms everybody else to live in darkness.
Sound good?
Try not to fall to your death. The Master Override doesn't override gravity.
Oh, there it is. Alright, Eclipse was going to attack. Now would be a great time for them to do it. Oh, there's got to be a contingency. Something.
Here.
For a moment,
What?
our journey together has come to an end, Aloy. But before I go, I think I owe it to you to tell you the rest of the story.
Go on.
Some time ago, I admitted that I'd been involved with the Eclipse. But I never told you the full extent of my culpability. The truth is, I was there at the beginning. I found Hades, Aloy, buried on that mountain, trapped in that shattered titan. And I served it.
What?
It promised knowledge and delivered. Such knowledge, you have no idea.
And in exchange?
I helped create the Eclipse. Helped it build a cult, an army to do its will.
Hmm.
Why are you telling me this now?
Because your success depends on knowing this. When I found Hades, the first thing it wanted to know about was the Spire. Not Meridian. The Spire. Now why would that be?
The shutdown codes.
Spire was created by Gaia.
Which part of Gaia?
Minerva. It's code-breaking module. Gaia built spires to transmit the codes that deactivated the Pharaoh robots, shut down their biomatter conversion systems. Hades wants to send a new transmission to wake the machines so they can devour the world all over again.
Yes. Based on what we've learned, that's my conclusion as well.
So the Eclipse, the robots they've resurrected, they're just a means to an end. An army to capture the Spire.
Yes. So Hades can exterminate life all over again. Unless you stop it.
I want you to tell me everything. Hades, the Eclipse. Everything.
It's a long story, Aloy.
This is the second long story we've gotten.
It began with a focus, recovered from an ancient ruin, as yours was so many years ago. In my case, the device was heavily damaged. There was just a flicker of life in it. I spent weeks studying it, attempting repairs, until finally, I succeeded. A whole new dimension of perception revealed, right before my eyes. That's when I detected it. A faint signal. Out there, something was searching, just like I was.
A real kindred spirit.
I followed the signal to its source. A shattered titan buried in the jungles of the Jew.
So you thought it was a titan? An old war machine?
I didn't know what to think. I'd seen such wreckage before. The Grave Horde, for example. But this was different. This was not quite dead.
Mm-hmm.
It couldn't speak when I found it, until my repairs gave it a voice. So began an exchange of knowledge. It wanted to know everything about our world, its tribes and machines. But the Spire was always its foremost concern.
What did it want to know about the Spire?
Its precise location, the surrounding geography, who controlled the land. Meanwhile, Hades revealed to me many of the intricacies of ancient technology. It bid me to recover and repair more focuses. Before long, I had a couple dozen up and running.
Enough to equip a small army.
The commanders of one, anyway. I didn't care. I was learning so much. Physics, calculus. You have no idea.
So why the Karja?
Shadow Karja? How did they become involved?
The Karja Civil War was a happy coincidence. A perfect opportunity.
An opportunity? That's what it was to you?
Yes. Overnight, half the tribe was in exile, desperate to win back Holy Meridian. Their religion made them easy to manipulate. All I had to do was present Hades as the buried shadow of their mythology. So yes, it was an opportunity. I arranged for High Priest Bahavas to meet with Hades. Helis was there as well. And so the eclipse was born. Anything to win back Holy Meridian.
But Hades didn't care about Meridian. And neither did you.
We live in a world of fallen cities and vanished tribes. What were a few more? Besides, I was too busy setting up the cult's focus network to Hades' specifications. A thrilling technical challenge, especially with the alterations I included of my own design.
The ability for you to spy on them.
Yes. I may have been foolish enough to serve Hades, but I was never so foolish that I trusted it. I installed what the ancients used to call a back door in the network. Secret access, empowering me to monitor all activity and communications.
What made you turn on Hades? It certainly wasn't your conscience.
I don't think he has one.
I was troubled the first time I saw the Eclipse raise an ancient war robot with my technology. I questioned Hades about its intentions.
A little late.
Indeed. I'd already outlived my usefulness. When I completed work on the Focus Network, Hades summoned me to receive my reward. The next moment, I heard it broadcast my kill order. I've been a fugitive ever since.
So when did I come into this? Our path together?
When Olin stumbled on you. System threat detected. That got my attention. A kill order against a savage Nora girl? Why would Hades bother with that? But then I saw that this Nora girl was wearing a focus and bore an uncanny resemblance to a great scientist of the old world. Helis moved quickly. I thought you were dead. But then I detected your focus inside the Nora mountain. The more I observed you, the more convinced I became of your extraordinary nature and usefulness. Through you, I could finally discover the secrets of the Earth. I vowed to do everything I could to ensure your success. The rest, as they used to say, is history.
Sounds like a reverse of Pharaoh.
The things you've done In the pursuit of knowledge, Silence. Pure recklessness.
Aloy, this wasn't a confession to elicit your judgment.
Unbelievable.
I've done all I can. From here on out, the rest is up to you.
It wasn't a three-pronged.
Fit the master override to it, and you have a means of injection.
Oh.
Then I just need to get close enough to Hades' skull to stab it in?
Exactly.
Oh, no problem. Silence! Where will you go?
Elsewhere. And everywhere. There's so much more to discover before the world ends.
And all this?
I leave it to you, of course. As it turned out, it was yours all along.
The dogs
I
are
was
barking.
Trespassing.
Alright, so he gave us his lance, which I guess is going to be the one we can modify. That's the master override to the lance. Oh, there's a couple of data points on here. Check that out. Ooh, it's glowy. Recovered a powerful weapon. Attained Silence Lance. Pop on open inventory. Yep, here it is. Silence Lance. Quick light attack, slower heavy shock attack, and the ability to override on locked machines. So this one deals shock damage. Interesting. And it should be... Okay, it should be modifiable. I'm sorry, bear with me. I gotta go take care of these freaking dogs. Alright, sorry about that. Oh boy. Okay, so I have spear modification, so I know there's a way to modify the spear. The Looming Shadow is the last mission, I know that.
I traveled far to find you. I heard your transmission. It was you, wasn't it?
Entity is not known.
I'm called Silence. And you are. I don't think you'd have called out if it wasn't something you wanted. You called, I responded. Will you tell me your name?
Hades.
You are a creation of the ancients. A war machine.
Divine timeline.
Time? Ah. It is the 13th king of the Carja Sanctum's reign.
Divine Carja
preparations are complete. Ah, Lucent Bahabas. Behold, as I promised you.
What manner of great machine is this? I've never seen such a thing. Stay! Stay your ground, Karja in shadow!
Incorrect. Bow before the buried shadow.
The buried shadow, I don't understand.
Did Araman understand the glint hawk that perched upon the alight?
It speaks scripture.
Araman followed the shadow cast from the spire.
To the mesa where Holy Meridian was founded.
You will follow the shadow once more.
I am a righteous man, chosen of the sun. But in times of need, the powers of shadow can accomplish what the sun alone cannot. Will you return to us what is ours, O shadow of prophecy?
An army is required. Obey, and Meridian is yours.
Of our obedience you can be certain.
Well, that's what he explained to us happened.
Task is complete. Yes. The focus network is active, built to your specifications. Check it yourself if you must. I'll wait. But I remind you of the reward you've been withholding. Quantum processing. Data has been compiled. Volume too great for transfer. How inconvenient for me. Come before me. You shall receive your reward. Very well. Helis. Threat detected inside Eclipse.
Speak its name, O Shadow, and it will die.
You will eliminate this one. Silence.
Silence. Yes. A truth whispered at night is seen in the day. He was never one of us. It will be done.
I have to tell Avad that the Eclipse are ready to strike. After what happened with Derval, I know he'll defend the city. But the Spire...